All right, thank y'all for coming out. Appreciate it. Coach Cooley's weekly press conference. Statesman coming off a tough loss, 39-33 against the University of West Florida. Argonauts come in the number one ranked team in the country. Statesman with a big first half, but West Florida scoring 29 points in the second half to come back and win in that ball game. Was a career day for Statesman wide receiver Corinthius Edmonds. A career high 8 catches, a career high 161 yards. His 64-yard catch and run receiving touchdown, also a career high when it comes to reception length for a score. Statesman on the road again this week at number 5 Valdosta State University at Bazemore Hyder Stadium over in Valdosta, Georgia. Statesman facing another ranked opponent here in a row. And with that, we'll bring up Statesman head man Coach Todd Cooley. He will make an opening statement and answer any questions that you guys have. Thanks for coming out.
Appreciate everybody coming out. Tough one. It's been a long couple of days. Not a lot of sleep. Like I said in my tweet, Statesman fans deserve better than that. We should have finished that game. That's on me. I've got to figure out a way to get my team to play better and finish, and that's what I've been working on. You can't turn the ball over 4 times. You can't not score when you get down there like we did a couple times and expect to beat a team of that caliber. I felt like we played a really solid half of football in the first half, even though we had a turnover on the 6-yard line going in, and then we had another turnover on the 1-inch line going in, negating 2 scoring opportunities there. Thought our defense played extremely well in the first half, except for one football play. Second half, give West Florida credit. They did a good job, got the run game going a little bit, and made some plays. Quarterback makes a lot of plays, scrambling around, kept throwing it. We've got to find a way to get past it, and that's our focus right now. And our focus moving forward is to play together and try to do a better job of protecting the football. And that's going to be my point of emphasis this week. To this football team we meet today, and start getting our initial preparations going in stalls for game plan against a really good football team. I absolutely think Valdosta State is the best opponent we faced thus far on film. They've given up 4 touchdowns all season. They're really, really good. It's hard to beat them anywhere, much less in Valdosta, so it's going to be a tough challenge. But at the end of the day, man, I just want to get our team back focused and get them, and they're resilient. They'll be tough. They'll probably be fine. Probably handling it a lot better than I have. So that being said, I'll answer any questions.
With the team struggles in getting those touchdowns in the red zone this year, I know as a coaching staff and players, y'all worked as hard as y'all can. How emotionally draining is it just trying to come up with something to kind of fix that?
Trying to think of the right adjective. Man, coaching is not easy. It's tough. Last 3 weeks have been hell. We've lost 3 football games by 14 points, and it's not for lack of effort. We did everything we wanted to do the other night offensively except finish and score touchdowns. And like you said, we work at it. It's mentally draining. It's tough on everybody involved. It's tough on everybody's families. It's like I went home the other night. My mom was in town, told my mother, told my in-laws, told my wife I'm sorry, because they didn't choose this life. I did. And it's tough on them too. And just got to keep scrapping and clawing, man. Great question. I wish I had the answer right now. Just got to keep going, got to keep going. You look at what you're doing in the red zone, you look at your breakdowns, you look at what your tendencies are, you look at what the defense is giving you. At the end of the day, felt like we had a couple calls there that were there. We didn't hit them. Got to move on to the next one. Give yourself a better chance. Figure out what we do best down there when we get to that spot.
As far as the coaching staff and players, the guys that work around you, how have they kind of handled things? Have a lot of them been, still upbeat after these last 3 games?
No coach is upbeat. I haven't seen our players yet. The few I've talked to are not upbeat. There's not one coach that was upbeat. I let our coaches go yesterday afternoon. they needed time. They needed rest. We didn't get much sleep Saturday night. Nobody's upbeat right now. It's been a rough couple days. I'm excited about seeing our team this afternoon all together, and seeing kind of where they are and talk to them about a couple of things and get them back, because we feed off of them as coaches. But they needed a day off. They've had three tough football games in a row, and coming up here and beating a dead horse yesterday wasn't going to help anybody. So I wanted them to take a day off. I wanted them to get away, and they did, which we got to take a day off anyway. So we just switched our day, and they took yesterday off, and we're going to come in today. So we just need a little more time this time to get over this. And, you know, we got to get back on the practice field. It's the best thing you can do is get back to what you're doing.
You know, Coach, as the head of the program, you know, you have to perhaps play psychologist at times with your players and maybe even with your staff in terms of, as you mentioned, trying to maybe right the ship. As a head coach, though, where do you get that, I guess,
Yeah, I understand.
where do you turn to
Right.
for an uplift when you're going through a moment like this? Because I know the players, they look to you, your leadership.
No doubt. No doubt.
Where do you turn to in terms of
It's a great
to find, you know, I guess do some soul searching yourself?
Yeah, that's a great question. Family, Coach Kennison. Coach Kennison has been great with me the last couple of days. You know, I think it helps having, you know, and when Coach Myers was here as AD, he was always good about it too. But Coach Kennison, coaching for 26 years, been through some stuff, been through some hard-fought games, and, you know, friends texting means a lot to me, you know. Former statesmen, former players texting me. That helps. All that stuff helps. That's a great question, but you're right. I mean, I've got to worry about our players and our coaches, but that's the job I signed up for. So, but like I said, what I think a lot of people don't understand is I signed up for this. I'm okay. I worry about my family, and I worry about my coaches' families, because they're just kind of along for the ride, you know, and they're invested just like everybody else is. So it's tough, man. It is what it is, you know. We got to move on. I hate that saying, but it truly is what it is. I mean, we can't change it. If we could, we would, but we can't. You know, we lost to a good football team. I think we're playing a better football team this weekend. It is. Got to get ready to go. Nobody feels sorry for us, and we got to take on. Just got to bounce back. Got to bounce back, trust the process, and keep going. That's all we really can do.
How much, the game coming up Saturday, how much could a win, how much could this turn the season around?
Oh man, it'd be awesome. You know, we need one badly. We haven't had one going on a month now. It seems like been right there and had our chances. You know, so yeah, we need one badly. But you know, you can't focus on that. You got to focus on what gets you to that point, and then how you're gonna play better when you're in those situations. And then that's when the results will happen the way you want them. I mean, I know we've got a good football team. Everybody knows that seen us play knows we got a good football team. Unfortunately, we're 2-3. And I hate it. I hate it for our fan base. I hate it for our university. And I own it, man. It's on me. I got to do a better job getting them to finish. I got to do a better job of making sure we're in the right position. I got to do a good job making sure that we've got our legs and we're hydrated and we travel good and everything that we got to do in order to try to go give ourselves a chance to win. And I'm going to do that to the best of my ability like I always have. And, you know, eventually something good is going to happen to this football team. And like you said, when it does, it's going to be great because we're using this and we're learning lessons. We're learning life lessons, you know. And number one thing you learn when you get young, don't ever give up. We can't give up. Just keep fighting. Something good is going to happen. As long as we take care of the football and keep trying to take the football away, good things are going to eventually happen for us. We play together, and we cancel all the noise outside or anything they might be saying. Just go play football, man, and go play for one another. that's what we got to get done.
Valdosta State, y'all's game has been historically a rival game, an intense game. That's got to be, in a way, a good thing for the players. You know, just that another goal, that rival aspect in a great environment.
Yeah. Just, I mean, it's another good Gulf South Conference game. You know, I mean, open up West Georgia, and then we slip Jackson State between West Florida and Valdosta. You know, so get you some of that 4-week stretch. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, man, it's good. We're gonna be battle tested. You know, we just no question about it. We just got to keep going. It is a rivalry game. There's a lot of tradition on both our side, their side, and we always like playing against those guys. Got a lot of respect for their head coach, his staff, and then what they do there. You know, historically as a program, what they're doing now. You know, so.
Coach, a couple wide receivers you had. Corinthians Edmonds, career day for him.
Yep.
160 yards, and 8 catches and touchdown. Tommy Battle also found the end zone as well. Kind of touched on it at the coaches show, but you know, for those that didn't hear or weren't there, just kind of speak to their performance and the ability for those two guys to find the end zone and perhaps use that as a launching point.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's always big. We talk about it a lot, you know, when you got a receiver and they work hard and they're good players and they invest and, you know, they do things the way you want them done. And to see those two guys get in the end zone against the #1 team in the country was big. I'm sure for their confidence, it's going to help us and pay dividends down the road, no doubt about it. So I was really, really proud of both of them.
Back to Valdosta, just as far
Sure.
as what you've seen on film so far, the scouting report on their team, what they bring to the table.
Probably the most complete football team that we've played. They've given up 4 touchdowns on offense. They're extremely fast. They do a really good job in coverage. Defensive front is violent and fast. They do a really good job defensively. They know who they are. They've got an identity, really good. Offensively, they are balanced. They can hit you with the pass. They can hit you with the run. They can score from everywhere. Running backs are great. Quarterback is explosive, and he can hurt you either way. He can throw it. He can run it. Then they got a lot of receivers out there that have played a lot of football at Valdosta State and are very, very good. So special teams, I have not seen a flaw. Just a really, really good. I mean, that's what you expect. I mean, you play a top 5 football team, that's what you expect, and that's what they are, and deservedly so. I think they're not ranked high enough with what they've done going back to even 2018, they go undefeated and win a national championship. 2019, they go 12-1, and they're undefeated now. So they've lost 1 football game in 3 seasons. So, yeah, they're pretty darn good.
And with you having been around football for a long time, have you ever experienced any period like this where there's a player as a coach where you've been oh so close, where you could be easily 5-0 right now, but instead you're 2-3? Have you ever endured anything like this as a coach or even as a player that you can recall?
No, I have not. And I hope I never endure it again. That's a great question. Anything else, guys? Thank you all so much for being here. Appreciate you.